जैसे हॉस्पिटल्स बहुत बढ़ रहे हैं, मेडिकल स्टोर्स भी बढ़ रहे हैं, सो प्राइवेट इक्विटी फर्म्स अभी मेडिकल सेक्टर में सबसे ज़्यादा इन्वेस्ट क्यों कर रही है? मतलब क्या रीज़न, लोग ज़्यादा बीमार हो रहे हैं या फिर लोगों को बीमार करके देन उनको दवाएं देना इज अ मेन एम?
No, absolutely not. It might be a good headline, but it's not the case.
जस्ट एक पर्सपेक्टिव जानने की कोशिश कर रहा था बिकॉज आपने डॉक्टर्स के साथ में मेडिसिन लाइन में काम किया है।
Definitely not. How much ever you try to make it sound good, it cannot give you the general intelligence.
तो सबको पता है ब्रांडेड मेडिसिन का जो प्राइस है वो हाई है और जो जेनरिक मेडिसिन है उसका प्राइस लो है, तो भी क्यों ब्रांडेड मेडिसिन का मार्केट शेयर हाई है और जेनरिक का आज तक लो है?
That the pharma representative is coming and meeting the doctor. That is how that awareness is coming to the doctor that okay fine, they are certified, they have done these tests, ये clinical trials हुए. Now the cost of that marketing representative is now baked into the price of the medicine.
अच्छा, इंडियन मेडिसिन इंडस्ट्री के अंदर कोई स्कैम चल रहा है जो आप बताना चाहते हो, अगर आपने सुना हो?
I don't think scam is the right word, right? But I think every industry can be
देवाशीष सर, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका द फाउंडर्स ड्रीम के अंदर। कैसे हैं सर आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ, थैंक यू फॉर हैविंग मी, वेरी हैप्पी टू बी हियर।
कैसी चल रही लाइफ सर?
लाइफ ठीक चल रही है, डूइंग वेल, फोकसिंग ऑन हेल्थ इन द हेल्थ केयर इंडस्ट्री, फोकसिंग ऑन पर्सनल हेल्थ।
तो हेल्थ केयर इंडस्ट्री में आप शुरू से हो सर या फिर अभी रिसेंटली आना हुआ आपका फाउंडर्स की जर्नी के थ्रू?
व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड, जब मैंने मिस्टर में शुरू किया, दैट्स व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड एंटरिंग द हेल्थ केयर इंडस्ट्री।
सो आपने क्लेम किया है कि मिस्टर मेड इंडिया का पहला ई फार्मेसी प्लेटफॉर्म है।
पहला ही फार्मेसी प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है, वन ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट सुपर स्पेशलिटी फार्मेसीज, ई फार्मेसीज। या पहला ई फार्मेसी तो मतलब देयर हैव बीन लॉट्स अहेड ऑफ अस, राइट? तो वी आर द लार्जेस्ट सुपर स्पेशलिटी फार्मेसी।
सो क्या करती है सर मिस्टर मेड, थोड़ा सा अगर आप
तो मैं जो दवाइयाँ आपको नेबरहुड स्टोर जैसे आपकी मूर्ति मेडिकल्स, अशोक मेडिकल्स में नहीं मिलती है, जैसे रेयर डिजीजेस की, कैंसर, हेपेटाइटिस, रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस, मल्टीपल स्क्लेरोसिस, पार्किंसंस, ये सारी जैसे सीरियस और ऑल्सो रेयर कंडीशंस की दवाइयाँ हम डायरेक्ट टू पेशेंट वी सप्लाई।
तो जैसे अगर दवाइयों की बात करें तो वैसे भी अगर पास वाले स्टोर पे जाते हैं तो वो मंगा के दे देता है, तो फिर इस प्लेटफॉर्म की क्या जरूरत पड़ी? मतलब ये किसके लिए बेनिफिटेड एक्चुअली?
नहीं, दिस इज डायरेक्टली बेनिफिशियल टू people who want the medicines directly, right? एंड पास वाले ऑल्सो, अगर आप देखोगे ना, अगर पास वाला जो फार्मेसी होता है, सम ऑफ देम माइट बी एबल टू गेट इट फॉर यू, एंड अगेन दे वो भी जनरल मेडिसिन के है। तो ये जो सप्लाई चेन है फॉर सुपर स्पेशलिटी मेडिसिन, इट इज कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट। जैसे मतलब रेजिडेंशियल रियल एस्टेट है और कमर्शियल रियल एस्टेट है, वैसे जनरल फार्मा है। जनरल फार्मा का सप्लाई चेन है फार्मा कंपनी, your pharmacy, Ashok Medicals, and then you, if between that distributor is also there. The super specialty company है, supply chain है, that is again pharma company, sometimes different pharma company, definitely different distributor, and it is either the hospital or a doctor or a more niche sector. It does not go to the pharmacy. So the distribution chain is completely different, and therefore I say it is like residential real estate का supply chain different है, the the customers are different, the supply is also different. Similarly in super specialty, the patients are different and the supply chain is also different.
सो ऑलरेडी इंडिया में इतने अच्छे डॉक्टर्स हैं, हॉस्पिटल्स भी इतने बढ़िया हैं, हर नियर बाय में मिल जाते हैं आपको, कोई भी अगर बीमारी है तो उसके डॉक्टर मिल जाते हैं, हॉस्पिटल मिल जाते हैं, तो ये जो लाइफ सेविंग ड्रग्स है वो मिलना इतना डिफिकल्ट क्यों हो जाता है?
Actually that's a wrong statement. इंडिया में डॉक्टर्स एंड हॉस्पिटल्स इतने ज़्यादा नहीं है। यू माइट फील दैट इट इज़ देयर। आप बैंगलोर में बैठे हो, बैंगलोर में भी इतने ज़्यादा नहीं है। इफ़ यू सी द डॉक्टर टू पॉपुलेशन रेशियो इन इंडिया इज बिलो WHO recommendations. The and the super specialist to patient ratio though is much below. So I think and similarly with the hospital beds. So that's why you see it is very it's a problem statement that super specialists, especially in the smaller towns, uh, 2-3 साल पहले, 5 साल पहले, even in your towns like Surat, you didn't have a lot of super specialists. Now, as more corporate hospitals and other hospitals are expanding, you're seeing doctors go there. But पहले तो मतलब even tier 1 cities had a dearth of जो आप सूरत से लोग अहमदाबाद जाते थे, एक्चुअली अहमदाबाद से लोग बॉम्बे जाते थे.
तो आपने तो इतना बड़ा जर्नी जिया है सर, ये देखा है मेडिसिन सेक्टर के अंदर, तो क्या फाइंडिंग किया आपने कि लोग डॉक्टर क्यों नहीं बन रहे हैं, मतलब क्यों डॉक्टरों की कमी है?
That's a very, very big question, right? People are becoming now with more and more MBBS colleges. पहले there was a big problem, how do you enter MBBS college? अभी थोड़ा NEET आ गया है, although there is a still debate about NEET, how do you admit students into medical colleges? Uh, the biggest problem I would say in healthcare, and like in education, it is the federality of India. India is governed by states and also the central government, and every state government has their own rules, regulations, the way to get into a medical college. Some states have a lot more medical colleges, some have less. So therefore, that was a big challenge. Now, past 10 years, the number of medical colleges have increased drastically. Therefore, in the next 3-4 years, the number of doctors that are entering are also increasing. That's why the supply is increasing. That's why you see hospitals are also expanding. So there is an increase in the supply of MBBS doctors. But sometimes you have to study more, so from MBBS, then you become an MD, and then you become a super specialist, DM. That's the general journey. तो 5 साल MBBS, उसके बाद थोड़ा residency करो, 2 साल while that you're doing 2 years MD, then you are actually practicing, but again you're studying and becoming a super specialist. So it almost takes over 10 to 11 years for a individual to become a super specialist, and then also there are junior super specialists. So it's a long journey for doctors to become successful, and it's not very common. That's why you have a funnel, no?
तो क्या लगता है आपको, एआई का दौर चल रहा है सर अभी, और आने वाले टाइम में एटलीस्ट 10 to 15 ईयर्स में क्या डॉक्टर्स कम हो जाएंगे और एआई इसको रिप्लेस कर देगा कि यार मतलब इतने स्पेशलिस्ट की जरूरत नहीं, क्योंकि इतनी पढ़ाई करनी पड़ती है, फिर याद रखना पड़ता है, फिर सब कुछ काम करना पड़ता है, बेटर देन कि रोबोट्स इसको हैंडल कर लें चीज़ों को?
I think that's a better question to be asked by doctors, but from what I've seen and I've spoken to
जस्ट एक पर्सपेक्टिव जानने की कोशिश कर रहा था, बिकॉज आपने डॉक्टर्स के साथ में मेडिसिन लाइन में काम किया है।
definitely not, right? You cannot replace a doctor, and AI cannot make you feel, although how much ever you try to make it sound good, it cannot give you the general intelligence, right? Which right now, if you look at artificial intelligence, there's the GI concept. If there is general intelligence, maybe. Right now, we have not reached that with AI. AI is very specific intelligence, and it is, I would definitely say the doctor has more knowledge. There have been those studies, surprisingly, of when there have been studies which kept the AI at 89-90% accuracy with doctors at 85. So sometimes it can be there, but again, it depends on the condition, how to read the reports, how do you make sense of the reports. All of that you'd require a doctor, and then how do you also give them not just the medicine and the advice, but also the courage, and that no AI can give you. I think that it comes from the support system around you, which is also led by the doctor.
ठीक है, मेडिसिन की बात कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि आप सेम इस इंडस्ट्री में हो, तो अपन इंडिया इतना मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करता है, फिर भी मेडिसिन बहुत काफ़ी कॉस्टली आती है। जैसे RH फैक्टर की अगर मेडिसिन की बात करें, टोफो जॉइंट करके एक मेडिसिन आती है, वही एक 4000 रुपीज़ की मंथली मेडिसिन आती है। तो जब मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ही यहाँ इंडिया में हो रही है उसकी, तो इतना प्राइस हाई क्यों है उसका?
So there are two reasons, right? Firstly, India mein the generic prices are very low, lowest in the world. To generic manufacturer hoti hai, right? So that is that's a good thing. In fact, agar aap general dawai ya generics dekho, in India it's almost 1% of what it is in the US or in other Western countries. So it is actually cheaper. When it comes to certain other branded, what they call branded generics, there are pharma companies are investing in marketing. They are trying to ensure that their brand is prescribed, etc. So therefore they put a markup because of the marketing costs on the generic medicines. But the real cost of medicines is actually on the patented medicines. जो medicines हम बनाते ही नहीं है, ये सारा import होता है. We are paying custom duty on these medicines. And obviously now, thankfully, the government of India has reduced the custom duty on life-saving drugs. But still, these are imported medicines. We are paying almost dollar rate. The good thing is government is helping by reducing these customs. The pharmaceutical companies also, even the multinationals, which have the patent, वो भी मतलब कम कर रहे हैं दवाई की प्राइसेस, नॉट डायरेक्टली, इनडायरेक्टली बाय प्रोवाइड पेशेंट असिस्टेंस प्रोग्राम, कि अगर आप ये दवाई लोगे आपको थोड़ी फ्री मेडिसिन हम देंगे टू लोअर द ओवरऑल थेरेपी कॉस्ट, स्पेशली इन ये जैसे कैंसर, आर्थराइटिस, रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस, दिस काइंड ऑफ कंडीशंस वेयर द प्राइस गोज इनटू lakhs per month. The pharma company, the government, everyone is working along with us. We are also making it available, giving them information how to enroll in the patient assistance program. तो हम भी सारा कर रहे हैं to basically lower the cost.
सो आपको भी पता है कि ब्रांडेड मेडिसिन है, मुझे भी पता है, उनको भी पता है कि ब्रांडेड मेडिसिन है, डॉक्टर को भी पता है, आम जनता को पता है, सबको पता है ब्रांडेड मेडिसिन का जो प्राइस है वो हाई है और जो जेनरिक मेडिसिन है उसका प्राइस लो है। तो भी क्यों ब्रांडेड मेडिसिन का मार्केट शेयर हाई है और जेनरिक का आज तक लो है?
तो is changing. First simple answer है वो change हो रहा है, right? And the other answer is like there have been more studies conducted. It's pure and simple. Doctors are trusting the studies. Doctors are trusting that yes, कोई आके मुझे बोल रहा है कि this is what we have done. Now that person's salary is included in the cost, right? That person who's coming, that pharma representative is coming and meeting the doctor. He's telling ये हमने किया है, right? So then the doctor is getting that confidence कि ठीक है आपने किया ये सब, and they're getting aware that okay, this company is doing this. So that is how that awareness is coming to the doctor that okay fine, they are certified, they have done these tests, ये clinical trials हो ये, and they get that confidence and they prescribe the medicines. Now the cost of that marketing representative is now baked into the uh, price of the medicine, and that's the major reason why it's higher. It's changing though. In super specialty medicines and patented medicines though, there's no chance, right? You especially for life-saving conditions, life-threatening conditions, life-saving drugs, it's very important to have clinical trials. And but you have seen a change overall. People are, even doctors are now prescribing medicines that are more affordable. So it is moving towards that, but the knowledge and awareness needs to come not only to the patient but also to the doctor.
तो एक मेडिसिन का जो प्राइसिंग होता है तय होता है तो उसमें गवर्नमेंट का क्या रोल होना चाहिए सर?
See, government is already doing a lot. Number one is they have these DPCA, they have price control on certain drugs, especially like essential drugs. They've created a list. So they are controlling the price for, and they're saying you cannot make it more than express. Beyond that, I think the government can start, introducing certain practices. They have done it for general medicines, that these are the margins that you can keep. But in other conditions for other medicines, surgicals, those margins are not maintained. So therefore, the government can do that as well. But then it becomes that government comes and then how much it becomes interference, right? Then it's not a capitalist. So that fine line between ensuring that there is freedom as well, that there is some general guided principles, ethics, that's where the government can come in and play a role. But overall, the government is doing good to control prices in India.
तो अपन प्राइस की अगर बात करें तो हॉस्पिटल एक्चुअली कितना चार्ज करता है एक्चुअल दवाई का? मतलब अगर मान लो आप आर फैक्टर की बात कर लो तो कितना चार्ज करते हैं लोग, कितना ओवर प्राइस्ड होता है?
So the hospital MRP charge करता है, right? Primarily they charge the MRP, and उसके ऊपर whatever the administration charge is, sometimes mixing charge, daycare charge, etc. There are these other service charges that they put on top of the medicine. They are charged on MRP. And they do that because they have invested so much money. They've built such huge buildings, 300 crores, 400 crores. They invest on a huge hospital, and they try to recover costs, including from the pharmacy as well. Whereas people like us, we're able to offer these medicines at a lower price because we just don't have those overheads that hospitals have. And we're able to give it at in fact, Mr. Med is giving an average of 38% discount.
38% discount.
Average, right? So if we did 10 crores of turnover, if we did, 6.2 crores of turnover last month, which was a little higher, if I sold on MRP, I would do 10 crores. So that's the big difference that we're doing. And it's a good thing that we're saving the Indian patient close to 4.5 crores per month.
पर मंथ?
Per month.
वो तो मतलब जितने भी हॉस्पिटल्स हैं, मतलब जो बड़े हॉस्पिटल्स हैं जो लाइफ सेविंग ड्रग्स होती है तो इन्हीं के पास रहती है, लोकल मेडिसिन पे अवेलेबल जानबूझ के नहीं करते हैं?
No, that's not the reason why. it's not because of control, it's because of just supply demand, right? Now अगर आप देख लो बैंगलोर में इंदिरा नगर है, इंदिरा नगर में 50 फार्मेसी होंगी, right? In these 50 pharmacies, but in Indira Nagar there might be 500 patients diagnosed, I'm just giving you random numbers, with cancer. Within that maybe 200 patients are breast cancer patients, within that different stages. So for these, for to service the just the breast cancer 200 patients of in Indira Nagar, the 50 pharmacies would require to keep at least 30 to 40 SKUs. Now, does it make sense to do that to service the 200 people? No. As same goes for other rarer conditions. So it's basically in a catchment area. The pharmacy serves that catchment area. It doesn't serve the city. So what we do is we aggregate demand across the city, across the country, and we deliver it. So that's why we're able to sustain and grow. But in a catchment area, it doesn't make sense. Especially the cost of the medicine is also so high. So that's the reason. It's not because it's purposely controlled or anything. It's just everyone comes to the hospital and that's where you get it. And that's the problem statement actually that we saw during COVID first wave. That's the problem statement that we saw. Jab access to hospital was denied, roads, railways, everything was shut, or people were feeling very scared to go to the hospital, because if you have a serious condition, cancer, CKD4, etc., so you're already immunocompromised, आप hospital जाओगे, आपको COVID हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा. So they didn't want to. So when the hospital access to hospitals was stopped, either because of the lockdown or because of their own choice, the medicines just did not sell. And that's when we realized that, yeah, this is an access problem, and everything is concentrated around large hospitals, large institutions, whether it's private or government.
So ऐसा बोला जाता है इंडिया में ऑलमोस्ट 35% मेडिसिन जो भी है फेक है. Is it true?
No. 35 medicines, no. There has been some studies, definitely, I'll have asked you to check your facts. There have been some studies that there have been a small percentage of medicines that have been fake, and but it's not as high as 35% for sure.
अच्छा, इंडियन मेडिसिन इंडस्ट्री के अंदर कोई स्कैम चल रहा है जो आप बताना चाहते हो, अगर आपने सुना हो, क्योंकि हर इंडस्ट्री में कोई ना कोई तो स्कैम होता है. If you want to tell.
I don't think scam is the right word, right? But I think every industry can be more transparent, right? This is including your automobile industry. आप गाड़ी खरीदते हो मगर सर्विस parts are much higher than right. So these are, you come to know certain facts only once you enter the industry. I don't think there is a scam per se, but there is just transparency needs to be better.
So उसमें गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल ज़्यादा important है.
Government cannot honestly control it. They can try, but then again freedom comes down, and then how many regulators are you going to have? I would rather the government checks the manufacturing practices, so that then if we are confident, जैसे in the US FDA approved, everyone is confident मैं ले सकता हूँ, right? Now there are some other challenges in the US in the health department. We won't go there, but before this, the current administration, FDA approved, matlab it is sealed, I can take this up. Now if you have a every medicine that you're getting is CDC also, like a drug department approved. But do you have the same confidence in every medicine? No. So that's what the government, I would rather they invest on that than to come and tighten on these practices of transparency, etc. Because that once they invest on, then automatically it will correct. Because if I say yes, I know that this, if it is CDCSO approved, matlab it is trustworthy, then the law of competition will automatically take care of all these price discrepancies, drama, all of that takes care. And we are also trying to do that, to remove the price, to be more transparent on prices. So I think the main thing government should focus on is giving that level of trust कि मतलब ये अगर जो pharma company बना रही है इंडिया में, it is of a really good standard and it is safe to consume by anyone, not only Indians but even foreigners.
हाँ, बट इंडिया में तो लेट आता है ना लॉ की भैया कि इतने साल आपने कंज्यूम कर लिया एंड अब लॉ आ रहा है कि इट वाज नॉट सेफ.
Not the law, right? The law is
मतलब स्टेटमेंट फ्रॉम द कोर्ट और एनी अदर एजेंसीज.
yeah, I don't know what particular case, because again I can't comment, but yeah, the law is pretty old. India's, it's 1945, I think, the Drug and Cosmetic Act. So we can definitely change it a little bit more, how pharma companies are regulated, how many pharma companies there should be, what the requirements of a pharma company should be. All these things you can have more stricter. But then again, these pharma companies also employ millions of people. Actually, lakhs, tens of lakhs of people are employed. So if there's a slow process in which I think the government is working in that right direction, but it will take time.
तो मिस्टर मेड की क्या खास बात है सर अभी?
So like I told you, right, we are making these rare medicines available. Availability, accessibility, most important.
कहाँ पर है ये?
So we are delivering across the country,
पैन इंडिया.
pan India. We are using air couriers, air delivery across the country. So the thing with these specialized medicines is I don't think it needs to be quick for commerce, right? 10 मिनट में मुझे कैंसर की दवाई नहीं चाहिए, right? So people are willing to wait as long as you're giving authenticity, you're giving them a trust, you're providing them a financial benefit as well.
सर डिस्काउंट बेस पे ज़्यादा है, मैटर करता है कि मतलब अगर आज 40% आप डिस्काउंट देते हो तो आपका बिजनेस अच्छा चलेगा. कल को अभिषेक व्यास आता है, वो 45% डिस्काउंट देगा तो उसका बिजनेस ज़्यादा अच्छा चलेगा.
No, I think maybe we could have started on that, but we have gone beyond that, right? Of course, we started, people came to know about us through this, but now we are giving something more, right? Access there. We already opened, we've opened centers across, like dispatch centers in four cities. We're opening soon more. That is one thing. We're able to give them the right medicine at the right price, at the right temperature, giving them convenience. So if you see what the ability that they had earlier to what they have now, I think we have solved a lot of problems. But there's a long way to go as well. We have to build that. We don't want to be known as a discount pharmacy or just for discounts. We want to be known as an ethical pharmacy for the right reasons. Please come.
बट क्या डिफरेंस है? बिकॉज आप तो मैन्युफैक्चरर से लेते हो और आपको मेरे को अगर मेडिसिन चाहिए और मैं ऑर्डर करता हूँ, सो व्हाट इज़ द यूनिक थिंग विच यू आर प्रोवाइडिंग टू द कंज्यूमर जिससे लॉयल्टी बनती है?
I think it's the way in which we treat the customers, right, and the patients. That's the most important thing. In fact, when we started, also it was just Saurabh and me, my co-founder, and I. And we had one or two sales, what do you say, telecallers with us, pharmacists who were helping us navigate this. So we should talk to patients ourselves, and that's how we built it, right? How we talk to patients, I think that is very important. Giving them that trust that these are your medicines, that you're going to get this on time. Otherwise, there are people like, what the thing was before was they used to get it from distributors or they had to come long distances, right? Now, if you're sitting in Agartala and you're able to get medicines from to your doorstep, that is a huge difference. Maybe you're sitting in Bangalore and like, nahi, main ja sakta hu. Bangalore mein bhi aapko jana padega. We are sitting here, you'll have to go to Old Airport Road to get it from Manipal Hospital. That is also going to take you 2 hours. But to be real, especially in tier 2 cities where these are not available at all, and even in Bangalore or other cities, the earlier way was you're getting it from distributors, you're getting it from people who someone has told you up, and you're very dependent on that one person. अगर वो छुट्टी पे है मतलब आपकी दवाई भी नहीं आएगी. So today we built that system around these medicines. So we are focused on what we know, which is these specialized medicines, this specialized supply chain. We are not gone and said, I'm going to boil the ocean and मैं सब कुछ बेचूंगा just because I have the ability to. So we are focused on this, and like we said, let us do this well. We know this, we do know it exactly. Let's do this well and make sure that people get their medicines on time.
अभी अपन बात कर रहे थे सर कि जैसे हॉस्पिटल्स बहुत बढ़ रहे हैं, धीरे धीरे सब चीज़ें बढ़ रही है, स्टोर्स भी बढ़ रहे हैं, मेडिकल स्टोर्स भी बढ़ रहे हैं. सो प्राइवेट इक्विटी फर्म्स अभी मेडिकल सेक्टर में सबसे ज़्यादा इन्वेस्ट क्यों कर रही है? मतलब क्या रीज़न? लोग ज़्यादा बीमार हो रहे हैं या फिर लोगों को बीमार करके देन उनको दवाएं देना इज़ द मेन एम?
No, absolutely not. I don't think so, at least. It might be a good headline, but it's not the case. The main reason is India is also aging. It's a huge population. 10 साल पहले we were the youngest. In another 10 years, we're going to not be the youngest population in the world. Right? So there is a huge aging population. We also have major lifestyle issues, right? We are, I think, the second largest consumer of tobacco in the world. Similarly, there are so many other habits within the Indian very culturally, we are dependent on certain foods which are not that healthy, right? You cannot keep having sweets every day, which a lot of us do have. So this is creating actually conditions, the number of conditions are increasing. The population is increasing. And then, like we spoke about before, the doctor and patient to population ratio is lower than WHO. There are opportunities there. Right? Today, if you go to some of the larger hospitals, you're waiting for 4 or 5 hours to see the doctor in Bangalore. So imagine there is no demand, there is no availability. It is happening now. You're going to Raichur, maybe slowly hospitals are coming. But otherwise, if you're in Raichur, you have to come to Bangalore or go to Hyderabad. So that's the only way in which you're getting the specialized treatment. It is changing. The good thing is it is changing. It is because of this private equity is changing that it is going to Raichur, it is going to your Patnas and smaller tier 1 towns outside the metros. It's because of this money, because they're seeing the opportunity also.
So Mr. Med already इतना % डिस्काउंट दे रहा है तो भी प्रॉफिटेबल है. अच्छा, हाउ? तो मतलब और डिस्काउंट्स आप दे सकते हो, आपके पास मार्जिन अच्छे होंगे तभी आप कंपनी सस्टेन कर पा रहे हो.
That's not the case, right? I think what we are doing is we are balanced. At least, we know for a fact that we are balancing out profitably. We have this, Saurabh and I have this debate all the time, right? Kitna discount dena chahiye, kitna nahi, right? And I think we're doing a good job in making sure that it is fairly standardized. We don't keep changing prices, right? We are not a company that says, ye Friday big sale, and then suddenly next week the prices change. So if we don't change prices that often, unless there's an actual change in the price, we try not to change prices too often. So we've thought about the price, we've thought about what the demand is for that particular medicine, what's the actual cost of it. So if it's like a 1 lakh plus medicine, we're not earning more than 1-2%. But then as this lower medicines, we're earning that 15-20%. So we're able to be profitable only because of our ability to price properly, as well as balance that price versus discount, margin versus discount game, right? Because like you said earlier, thoda to मतलब discount पे तो है, but we are also now doing some revenue sacrifices.
तो हेल्थ टेक में आपको सबसे बड़ा डिस्ट्रप्शन क्या लग रहा है आने वाले टाइम पे?
सबसे बड़ा disruption. Of course, like everyone is talking about AI, I think AI overall, how it can improve the pace. I don't think it can reduce, like we said, the doctor's job, but it can make things faster. And overall, healthcare is very slow in India. The second thing that I'm excited about is the government of India's this ABDM, Ayushman Bharat mission, right? Where you get your health card. So then there's interoperability. You have gone to X hospital, you got a report, maybe they have put it in their EMR. Then you go to Y hospital because you've changed your house. And then they don't know what your previous scan is. You go with huge files and they don't have the time to see that. Right? So that interoperability of medical records is a huge, if it works, it's starting to slowly. That is going to be the biggest changer. And, before a doctor even seeing you, he knows exactly at least 30, 40, 50% about you. And that is, I think, going to improve the speed of not only, diagnosis, but also like actual, having that empathy, that connect with the patient.
कितना बड़ा मार्केट है सर? आपने तो स्टडी किया होगा, मतलब लाइफ सेविंग ड्रग्स का कितने लोग इम्पैक्टेड है, मतलब जैसे हेल्थ डिसीज, हेल्थ डिसीज से?
हाँ, so again it varies by disease. Like for example in India,
ओवरऑल एक होलिस्टिक अप्रोच लेके चलते.
हाँ, in India, like cancer, if you look at cancer itself, there are 25 lakh cancer patients in India, and it's growing much more, unfortunately. Similarly, there are other super specialty conditions. It's actually, agar aap dekho na, it's a funnel, right? It starts with, maybe right now I'm at risk person, right? That I'm, maybe sitting for long hours, not too much exercise, although I'm trying to change that. So I'm at risk. If I continue to have bad habits or not exercise, I get a chronic condition. Generally, India mein diabetes, hypertension are the top ones. And फिर भी अगर आप neglect करो, दवाई ना लो, you don't course correct, you're going to end up into a super specialty condition. So that's how the funnel is. So right now, I would say about 5 crore people in the country are having super specialty conditions. They are either inside a hospital or outside, living with the condition. This includes conditions like, hepatitis, HIV, etc., which are not common, overall. But again, these are virals. So it includes a little bit of the viral medication diseases as well. I would say about 5 crore people have some sort of a super specialty condition.
तो मेडिकल इंडस्ट्री का सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज क्या है सर?
There are so many, right? If you see from the government perspective, I think one is state versus central, right? Healthcare is a state subject. The center is overall trying to make sure that people are able to afford healthcare, because that's a very important central objective as well. So ye ho gaya government type. Second is when it comes to patients, I think adherence is a huge problem. हम 2 दिन अगर even for antibiotic after having 2 days of antibiotic, we just stop it. We don't continue that antibiotic. That means your body becomes resistant to drugs. अगर आप antibiotics खत्म नहीं करते हो. In fact, this was one of the Prime Minister's first चाय पे चर्चा or मन की बात. One of the he said that make sure that you continue and finish the antibiotic regime. Your drug adherence is very important. I skipped the medicine today. I am not going to have it today. I'm feeling better. That I think, and not only for general conditions, but even super specialty conditions. If I'm feeling better, or people like nahin chhod do, dawai 1000 rupees ki tablet I will not take it today. So that kind of thing is also coming in. So that's from the patient perspective, and then overall from the infrastructure perspective, access, I think, right, get to patients faster.
तो देवाशीष सर आपका क्या मिशन विजन है अभी, मतलब आने वाले नेक्स्ट 5-10 years का?
So we want to create a digital, like not completely right now, we're digital. We do have centers now. We are working with doctors too. We want to create a digital ecosystem that can pretty much give you everything that a outpatient wing of a large hospital can.
और अभी आप इतने टाइम हो गया आपको बिजनेस करते हुए, तो एक यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर जो फाउंडर्स जो देख रहे हैं सारे, उनके लिए क्या मैसेज आपकी तरफ से?
Actually, इतना टाइम नहीं हुआ है, मगर ठीक है. Thank you for telling me that maybe 4 years is a lot of time. I think so many, but my first one would be like, yes, definitely do everything first. Try fast and then fail fast, right? Like the Steve Jobs. Do it, fail early. That's the best way to start going, and stay persistent, be resilient, right? Everything has a solution. A lot of times, I'll tell you, my journey, जब हम शुरू किए थे, right, we started, doctors were like, ये क्या है? Pharma companies were like, ये क्या है? Right? And now they are seeing the value. They're like, acha, my MNC drug is being delivered to Aizawl, Imphal, right? Whereas for that particular medicine, हमको कोलकाता से लेना पड़ता है, not even Guwahati. So Mr. Med is helping in. So pharma companies are very happy. Doctors are also slowly becoming very happy with us that, ठीक है, there are patients that are for the adherence part, right? Because outcome, see, doctor is driven by outcome. And we trust doctors so much and love doctors so much because they actually make us better, and it's proven. And that can only happen if the patient is adhering to the medicines, and that can only happen if they're having the access to the medicine. So doctors are also very happy with us now. So before it was honestly the case that matlab nahi chalega. My own mama was a doctor. He said, "Mat kar business, nahi chalega."
सबसे पहले घर वाले ही मना करते हैं कि मत कर.
My mama only told me. My family said, "Okay, go ahead." My daughter was born, so, and you're like, "ठीक है, I already had a son. School fees, this, that is all that." Also, you are there on the back of the head. COVID is going on, but then if you have that conviction, do it. Start it. If you can fail fast, and then move on. But stay resilient. Don't listen to these initial people who always say, "Nahi chalega." They've said that for every business, including the biggest businesses in India. IPO listed business, nahi chalega. That's the first thing everyone's told. A lot of founders, and I would also say people have told us also that.
अच्छा देवाशीष सर, इस पॉडकास्ट का एक आखिरी सवाल सारे फाउंडर्स के लिए, बिकॉज फाउंडर्स ड्रीम की जर्नी है और सब लोग देखते हैं फाउंडर्स ड्रीम, छोटा फाउंडर, बड़ा फाउंडर, बड़ा फाउंडर, सारे फाउंडर्स देखते हैं. सो ये शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन में इतना स्केल करना, सबसे बड़ी स्ट्रेटजी क्या थी आपकी जिसकी वजह से स्केल कर पाए आप इतना?
Firstly, हम भी थोड़ा small founder ही है.
हमारी नज़र में बड़े होने सर.
I think थोड़ा luck भी था. We entered in a space that was, not. We were disruptors to some extent. So we did the right things. I think
क्या
yeah,
ऐसा चीज मतलब जो
एक
हिट एकदम
एक
हिट
चीज
मारा हो आपने?
एक चीज नहीं थी, but it has been a slow journey, and I think what has really helped us is our the retention. As we are growing because people are coming back to us, not because we are suddenly acquiring more or marketing kar rahe hai, ye wo, right? People are liking us, they're coming back to us, and of course they're referring us. We are spending money on marketing, not like we are not spending money on marketing, but it is not those insane numbers ki matlab jo bhi karo. We've kept first principles, right? Basic first principles. We've tried to make this business so that it can sustain itself even if we don't get external funding, and I think we're on the way there.
Thank you so much for coming in the show, sir.
Thank you.